I was born in Nuremberg, Germany, and raised there. And I started racing when I was 18 in Germany. You know, you have to get your license at 18, so not like here with 15. My hometown in Nuremberg, we had a track there, which was built, of course, by Hitler. You know, it was like a marching field. And we used that marching field as a racetrack, and every year they had a big race there. And I sort of got exposed to that particular racing, and it was mainly prototype racing back then, you know, and it was just some inspiration for me as a young man to do something like that. We were running around all over Germany, you know, finding good places to eat and good places to race, and, you know, just more for fun than anything else. And then it turned into something more serious later down. Just the atmosphere over there, you know, that's where I'm from, in sort of southern Germany, between Nuremberg and Munich. There's a lot of hills, so hill climb is real big over there. So every weekend there's a hill climb race somewhere. I grew up as a tool and die maker and have a degree as a tool and die maker, and just this kind of business lends to the car business, of course, where you have to engineer things and make pieces and make stuff, and especially this kind of stuff here, everything is handmade. This is a GTP car. It's called a prototype. And of course, prototype cars means there's only one or two or three of them of a kind, and they're mainly just built for racing. I wanted to see the world, and first I went to Africa from Germany, traveled through Africa, and then in Africa I met some American soldiers in Casablanca, and they told me that they have a plane leaving in a couple of days to New York. So I said, well, put me on. And the way I came up here to Tulsa, we were running one time in Ponca City. If you remember the old street race in Ponca City, in the park, I met a girl there, and of course that was it. So she didn't want to move to Fort Worth, so I ended up in Tulsa. And we're still married, so it's great, turned out just wonderful. So of course I started racing from here. And that's when we started to, back then, we ran mostly just club races and SCCA, Sports Car Club of America. And then in '74, I started getting into IMSA, which was the International Motorsports Association. And that was the way to be. I mean, it was fun. There were drivers from all over the world, every race. And we raced mainly all the long distance races. Daytona 24 hours, Sebring 12 hours, Riverside, you know, all over the country. I mean, we went from Florida to Portland and across the country all the time. In the early 90s, like the track actually I started building in 1994. And the reason I did, I needed something to do for the kids. You know, I thought, kids, well, they just don't have anything like this anywhere. I mean, that was something so special for the kids. And it was just fun for me to teaching these kids. And the reason I say that, even still today, we get 6-year-old kids in here, and they're all timid and shy. And when they get through this driving school, the driving school goes for 7 weeks, for 7 weekends on Saturdays. And once they're finished with that school, they're different kids. Racing, what they do here, that gives them the sense of they accomplished something themselves. It's not like ball sports or a team sport where a whole team accomplishes something. In that sport here, the kid knows, I did this. Whatever I did or whatever I learned, I achieved it myself. So the confidence raises so high that they just become different kids. You know, the shyness goes away, and a lot of different things which sometimes you can't describe. But just the camaraderie with other kids by racing against each other, the competition, you know, it's just great to see. And we take them from the road course to the oval track, and they go all of 55 miles an hour on the oval track, and there's 7, 8-year-old kids going 50 miles an hour, and people can't believe how they can do it. But by going through the school and learning what they learn, they are able to do that.